The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
This is the Eagles Sports Network. I'm the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier, alongside Carson-Newman head men's basketball coach Chuck Benson. Chuck, a trip to Goodman Gym, one of those places in the league that has been historically difficult for Carson-Newman to grab wins in. You haven't won there since the 13-14 season, and have to do so now against a Catawba team that has found its footing after a sluggish start. Rob really has got them playing well. They've won 4 in a row. What's changed from the first meeting to now when you play them on their senior day?
Well, first time around, they were playing a lot of inexperienced players, and those kids have gotten a lot more experience since we played them, and they're playing with a lot more confidence, a lot more poise. And I think that's the biggest thing. You know, you go through a season, and freshmen sort of evolve through that year, and we're playing them here more or less the last week of the season, and those kids that are freshmen in one regard aren't freshmen on the floor anymore. So we're catching them at a time when they're playing really, really good and have won 4 in a row, and it's senior day for them, their last home game of the season. So there'll be a lot of excitement in Goodman.
Barring a matchup in the South Atlantic Conference tournament, the last matchup between Charles Clark and Jared Morrison as freshmen, they were 1 and 2 for Freshman of the Year, with Morrison coming out on top for that award. What sticks out to you about Morrison's game leading the league in scoring this year?
Well, he's just an elite offensive player, and he's had a level of consistency from his freshman year all the way through. One thing that I noticed when we played him earlier this year that I was really impressed with was just his leadership, and there was a level of patience. He could have been really frustrated, senior, he's hoping for the best, and they encountered some injury that really cost him early. But he kept great poise. It was like he was trying to sort of mentor and bring the freshmen along, and even though they weren't playing up maybe to the level that he's capable of playing, he was very patient. So speaks testament to him as a person and his position within the program and his character.
Meanwhile, you look at internally, been a building where you've struggled to shoot over the past few years. What is it about this trip that has proved to be problematic?
I don't think it's the building as much as it is the opponent, and they play elite defense. They make it tough for you, and for whatever reasons, we've not been able to figure out a way to consistently deal with their defensive pressure. Hopefully this year, this time around, the Charles Clarks, the Mason Bates, the guys that are seniors who haven't or have been there 3 previous years and haven't won, hope they're going to have a lot more motivation to go in there and sort of figure out a way. But there's no doubt that it's going to be a challenge, and yet I'm glad with what I'm seeing from our team at this point in the year, and feel like they're hungry and driven and really want to go on the road and find a win.
You talked about improving defense after the Wednesday night game against Tusculum. What have you seen from your unit these past few days that lets you know that they're trending towards some better defensive performance is against the Catawba Indians?
Well, I should clarify, because I really thought about that after we had our post-game talk. And, I probably did a disservice to our guys, because the intent was to limit threes that particular game.
And you did.
And we did, but we did it at the expense of giving up some twos. So on some level, it was more about a scheme thing. But with this past game being an outlier, I've liked the way we've held people's field goal percentages down, that we've been able to sort of do what we need to do on the board. So I think overall that we looked past the Tusculum game, because it had its own unique set of circumstances and its own strategy, and that will not be the way we strategize going into this game with Catawba.
Chuck, pleasure as always. Good luck Saturday against Catawba Indians.
Thanks, Kev.
It's Carson-Newman head men's basketball coach Chuck Benson. I'm the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier, and this is the Eagle Sports Network.